This is Sierra and welcome to another video. Today we're doing another video reading chapter 23, Perspective of Kate, as you will, of Hermitcraft Freedom. I decided to do one chapter this time around because, yeah, by the time these get out, there is going to be a point in the first 2 weeks of August where I won't be online. Well, I might be online, I don't know. But I won't be able to make videos as much because I will be out in Idaho to put my aunt's ashes to rest. Next, we're gonna bury her urn beside her parents' graves, which I have never seen before. So it's gonna be the first time I get to see them, and it's gonna be interesting because we get to see where Dad grew up. We also get to say goodbye to our aunt. It's not how I wanted my first visit to Idaho to be, but it is what it is. But yeah, but that's not important. We're reading Hermitcraft Freedom, but real life can sometimes be just as chaotic as fictional life. I don't want to go into that. Let's get right into it and just move on. If you don't mind spoilers, then by all means, go ahead. There are going to be spoilers. And if you're just looking into this for the first time, this might be a little confusing, but there's a playlist. You can read the book from there. I am open to doing another recap if enough people want it. It's the first time I did it, not enough people wanted it. But, yeah. I'm rambling. I should probably get started. Let's go. Kate's eyes widened as the new arrivals dropped down, one by one, from the wall. What was Stampy doing here? She'd only called to ask him for advice, not to come to the fortress. Stampy? What are you doing here? Jem frowned. Stampy smiled sheepishly. We came to help. Help? Jem asked, looking over at Kate. Kate shook her head, lifting her hands up in surrender. I didn't ask them to come, she insisted. She didn't, Scott nodded. It was Stampy's idea. After he heard from Kate that our friends had been taken, he wanted to come and help. I wasn't about to let him go alone. Neither would I, under the voice, tall and lean, said another boy. Another man. Wow. Another man, tall and lean, with bright blue hair like Scott's and chocolate brown eyes, said, stepping forward, Dan? Joel's jaw dropped. The man, Dan, turned to Joel. Hey, buddy, how's you been? Fine, just splendid. Joel straightened before nodding. Definitely didn't have to fight for our lives a few minutes ago. We came as soon as we could, Stampy said quickly, glancing over the horizon where the machines had vanished. I wasn't about to stand around while knowing my friends were in trouble. What about Squishy, the helpers? Jim demanded. Stampy smiled sadly. They're safe. That's all that matters. Squishy and I, we had some talks. I wanted to join Dan and help him protect others, but Squishy wanted to stay where it was quiet and peaceful. I respected that. Jim nodded. At least they're okay. I wanted to make sure of it. I still do care about Squishy, even though we're no longer in a relationship. Wait, you two broke up? Kate gasped. Stampy nodded. We had some difficult conversations. It was better to remain as friends. We really don't have to do this, Jim insisted. We can send out a team to follow the boss. You don't have to go. Stampy shook his head. Those boys and hermits have helped me through a lot. I want to be there for them. It could be a trap, Kate frowned. Trap or not, those bots can only do so much before they get turned off, Steppy stated. Especially if they're connected to a null. Yeah, 'cause these guys aren't as stupid as hit the target. You know what I mean. Oh, Jim said softly. Get some rest, all of you. Scott said matter-of-factly. We'll take care of those defectors and get our friends back. Please be careful, Kay insisted. A lot of insisting, but it is what it is. We will, Dan replied with a nod. I'm not leaving without any of my friends. That's for sure. Kate swallowed as the trio pulled out rockets, adjusting their wings before flying off, heading into the direction of the bots had gone. The figures soon faded. She stared at the horizon. Come on, we've got patients to tend to, Joel said simply, putting a hand on the girl's shoulder. Kate looked up. I didn't want him to come. I know, Joel nodded, gently pushing her toward the front door. But Stampy will do what he wants. He cares about his friends. I know that much. Just hope we're not waiting for him, Kate admitted softly. If there's a problem, tell me, and we'll get the team to help, Joel stated simply. Kate smiled. Okay. She walked into the front door, walking quietly down the hallway behind Jem, Haley, and Eliza as the teens led the hermit into the sleepover room. The room already had plenty of occupants. A lump formed in her throat as she looked over at Skiz's bed. His breathing was steady as she approached. What happened to him? Jem asked softly. Kate looked up to see the hermit's eyes widened at the two hermits resting in beds. Impot did them dirty, Kate said simply. Matthias, Isaac, and Claire came running in not long after it attacked beat-ups. They're in the adult bedroom recovering. Mom's watching over them. Julius? Jem asked as Haley sat her down on the bed. He's focusing on tending her injuries, too. Kate bit her bottom lip, trying not to think about the blood and scream she'd heard. Yeah, it's brutal. You shouldn't have had to see that, Joel said. Kate looked over her shoulder at him. I didn't have much of a choice. I managed to keep Haley and Eliza from helping. The boss only attacked the protectors if they attacked first, so Pod left us alone when it saw you guys outside. Didn't hurt you? Jim frowned. Only knocked the wind out of me, Kate replied. It was after the hermits, not us. Huh, Joel said softly. Didn't know if his redstone could do that. It's more likely they added to it, Haley reported, giving Jem a potion of regen. The hermit took it and downed it in a few gulps. We need to get the others from upstairs. Eliza and I can do it, Joel offered, looking over at the girl. If that's okay. Eliza nodded. I'm fine with that. That's 5 bodies to carry down, Jem warned. Kate shuddered. We'll manage, Joel replied, jogging toward the door, Eliza following at his heels. Kate sat down next to Skiz's bed, lazing her fingers together on her lap. She watched Haley as she worked tending to Jem's injuries, unsure what to do. Gerald had barely given her any clues about what was happening, both to her friends and with the defectors, or with her. Maybe he was intentionally ignoring her, or he was busy elsewhere. Kate wasn't sure what she hated more, Gerald's silence or his gloating. Because, yeah, this ghost of a man is in her head all the time. It's murky. Just roll with it. You think I'd be able to reach Gerald like you guys can, Jem? Kate asked. The words trickled out of her mouth. Jem frowned, her eyes drooping ever so slightly. I don't know. Have you tried? Tried when I knew Scar was in pain. Kate lowered her head. Did it work? Mom and the kids showed up before I broke through. Jem nodded. But it was possible. We pulled you into the dream world before. I just don't like how quiet he's being right now, Kate admitted. It feels like he's up to something and doesn't want me to know about it. Trust those feelings. They're usually right. Jem smiled, weakly before letting out a yawn. Give me a sleeping potion, did you? No, Haley chuckled. Adrenaline's wearing off. Your body needs rest. It was such a weird couple of days, Jim groaned, falling backward, her head landing gently on the pillow. Haley smiled down at her, readjusting the bedsheets. I know, but we'll get through it. Jem nodded before closing her eyes. Her arm was now wrapped in bandages, resting on top of the blankets as Kate watched her fall asleep. I'm surprised Gerald didn't spoil any of that, Haley admitted, looking over at the girl. Say, Kate agreed. He sure felt good about something. But other than the memory, I didn't get much else. Haley nodded. Might be good to try reaching through the link. Good practice, too. You think so? Kate asked hopefully. You've seen how much the hermits practice, Haley smirked. Practice surely comes with something. You're right, it's just... Kate swallowed. I wanted the memory to be wrong. I wanted it to be a lie. See the torture impulse in front of Sam like that. Tears filled the girl's eyes as she scrambled to wipe them away. Haley crossed the room, standing beside her. It'll be okay. Trust me. I do trust you, Kate murmured, looking back down at her feet. It doesn't get any better. We'll figure this out, I promise, the older teen said gently, resting a hand on her shoulder before heading toward the brewing stand. Set up. Yeah. Want to help me with these? We might need more when the others get back. Sure, Kate sighed, rising to her feet. What else was she going to do? It was either sit back, do nothing, mind tricks, or at least do something with her hands. Maybe she could even try reaching Gerald while she was working. It was worth a try, even though she hated the thought of looking through the other host's minds. How many of them were there? She wasn't sure. She wanted to know. And that is the end of that chapter. I'm going to leave it there because, yeah, next one's going to be interesting, I guess. The next two could be technically done in one video, but I like keeping it separate. You guys seem to like that too, so I'm like, let's just stick with it. Let be what let be, and have a little bit more time working on a story. Like, I'm up to chapter 10 right now, and the next story I'm working on, so it's, I don't know if it's halfway, but it's close. Maybe. Building up to something. And it's gonna take a little bit more time, because, you know, I can't say what, because spoilers, but, I mean, if you know that they have, the enemy, the defectors have these blueprints, probably imagine what gadgets could be available. Yeah, I do have a playlist of all the hit target encounters. If you are interested in seeing the full hit target story, if you're a Hermitcraft fan and you want to know more about these individual, if you don't already know, I could leave a card for that if you're interested. If you're not, don't worry about it. There is a story so far, so you don't have to watch all of them. But it goes up to Mirror World, I believe. And then after that, you have to keep going. Which is fine. The recap is good. And it's a pretty cool thumbnail. So, yeah. Must say, Stampy is a genius. So, I'll see you guys next one. Whenever that might be. Goodbye.